Now, listen, you guys, if people were unable to give me any form of compliment, respect, attention, or love without mentioning a girl that I don't even like, personally, I would lose it. Okay, we're gonna talk about this entire failed PR stunt from Advovo BBL and how seemingly she will forever be living in the shadows of Nicki Minaj. Now, we're also gonna be discussing about Bongo 2 and this entire Billboard situation and how they're now making it seem like she's broken some form of a record, which to me is very weird. Okay, we're gonna discuss that, and we're also gonna be talking about this entire situation with Kenbarbie. It seems like well, people are coming for him physically and they are squaring up and wanting to fight with him. Obviously, Armon Wiggins is out there celebrating as expected, and Drake is finding out the hard way that the industry really, you could never appease them forever. You could never be bigger than the program. We're going to discuss about all of that. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea blog. I trust you guys are doing well and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about this entire situation with Advocate BBL in this failed PR stunt. Now, for those of you who do not know, she decided to pop out in support of her man, Stephon Diggs, and according to her fans, she is the favorite baby mama, and that is a flex according to them and their IQ. It's a flex that out of the four alleged baby mamas, she is the favorite. And that's something that we all have to aspire to. But anyway, that being said, as she popped out, people were out there basically trying to be shady. It seems like they cannot compliment her without mentioning that, well, they do not like Nicki Minaj. Now, obviously, that was put out there, and I guess they expected a reaction to say, nobody likes Nicki. But what all that did is people are like, okay, this is actually very sad and pathetic that you cannot get your flowers without other people mentioning Nicki Minaj. Why is that when people look at you, immediately they think about Nicki Minaj? So it means that by yourself, you do not have a personality enough for people to just say, oh, this is Nicki Minaj. And when it comes to Nicki, actually, when people look at her, they see Nicki Minaj. They're able to compliment her without even thinking about the existence of Advovo BBL, which is something that I guess she will have to live with, for the rest of her life. Because, what does that mean? Why are you talking about that girl? Like, imagine people seeing you and they're thinking about your op, somebody that you despise with everything that is within you. But then again, she capitalized off of the H train. So her face is the face of the H train, whether she likes it or not. The Nicki Minaj hate train has got her face on it. I just don't know if it's the old face or the new one. But all I know is that it definitely has hair written all over it. But then again, when we look at the other side, she kind of brought that upon herself. It's okay to want to compete with someone, right? Nikki was at the top. It can be natural if you want to come in and be her competition. What's weird is when you snatch up her literal entire glam team, you snatch up the ex fans of hers to try and put them in your team. And as if that's not enough, you then go ahead to try and change your face to look like her. For me, honestly, that's when you are like forever, you will forever live in her shadow. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. That entire post that was intended to be shady, unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way that they thought it was gonna do. And I know she's somewhere mad, okay, because she cares so much about people's opinions on her, which is the reason why she goes around kissing the behind of these bloggers and stuff like that, and going the extra mile to be like, she's that kind of a person who's like, look at me, you see her, she's mean, you see her, she speaks up for herself. I'm not like that. When it comes to the executives and Rock Nation, I'm just gonna say thank you. So you love me. Love me. Or look at her. She's speaking up for herself. I'm just quiet. I'm not gonna do that. Look at her. She gives me that energy to the bloggers. When Nikki curses out the bloggers, she's like, look at me. I won't curse you out. Look at me. I wanna be friends with bloggers because Nikki was never friends with bloggers. Look at me. Academics, you were fighting with Nicki Minaj. Now I'm coming in being your friend. Jason Lee, I know you have issues with Nicki Minaj. I'm not like that. Speak nicely about me. That's like the energy that she gives me. But anyway, let me know in the comment section, of course, what you think about that. Still speaking about Advocate BBL, it seems like they made up with Kyle. Who remembers the day that, the neighborhood talk put out a statement talking about some of the people that we were not posting on our page? We're going to start posting this and that. And people were clocking them in the comment section, basically saying, oh, we see you have made up with that Vovo BBL because she had banned you from posting her on your page. But it seems like the lip dog that you are, you went waggling your tail, accepting treats really from this crumbs really from this woman because she gets to tell you what you can post and what you cannot, which is exactly what Kyle was denying in the comment section. He was literally fighting for his life. Oh my God, it's not about her. It's not about her. And I guess after he realized how stupid and dumb that looks, like this woman is out there cussing you out on top of you being biased towards her and posting things in her favor, she literally cussed you out for what people were saying in the comment section as if you had any choice when it comes to that. I mean, you cannot control what people have to say. So that was his crime in Advocate BBL's books. Okay, so she went ahead and cussed him out and stuff like that. And of course, like the obedient lapdog that he is, he decided to follow and not post her. But then remember, she also had fallen out with the neighbor, with the Shade Room over the same thing. We all know the Shade Room doesn't like Nicki Minaj and they've been pushing her. But each time that the comment section was not on her side, instead of blaming the public or the people, she then would go ahead blaming the Shade Room or blaming the neighborhood talk. So basically, when she does something negative, she didn't want these two blogs to post her. She only wanted them to post the positive stuff. And for them, honestly, they realized that this is not going to cut it. We may put a less shady caption, but we can't completely be doing your PR. Like we cannot, we don't. I remember Angie said something like, you don't employ us. Like we don't do your PR. We don't clean up your mess. We don't do that. And of course, that would also accept their credibility because the more biased they would seem to people, the less people would take them seriously. And so in her mind, she doesn't realize that people still have to do their jobs and life doesn't revolve just around her wanting to maintain a certain image to the public. And allegedly, Kyle had issues with the Shade Room because of her. So it's funny to me if that was true, how Kyle could go from being removed from the Shade Room to opening her page to getting support from Nicki Minaj, only for him to turn around and pander to that woman. That entire dynamic is insane, but it seems like Kyle loves it. So, like, I mean, if he likes it, we absolutely love it. Okay, he's back at posting her, and now expect to see more biased, posts against Nicki Minaj. I mean, they've been doing that, but now expect to see more because now they've been given permission to post her and her fourth baby mama drama, and I guess that's what they're just gonna be doing. So just look at how the tone is going to change when it comes to the female rap space. That being said, also, for me, I do believe that her album showed her that she's also not bigger than the program because, I mean, the Shade Room in the Neighborhood Talk, to be honest, it is one of the major sites that people really do look at on Instagram. And so, for you to think that you're bigger than that program and for you to not realize that you need media if you're going to be relevant, if you're going to be a celebrity, it's a little bit overrating yourself, to be honest. But anyway, still speaking about people in the Transformers camp, let us talk about Kenbarbie. So who is out there lining out Kenbarbie like this? I mean, the last tweet that I saw, because I don't follow him, I think I saw it on somebody else's page. It was him basically insinuating that Armon Wiggins would get touched by someone called Big Papa or something. I don't remember the actual names that were in that tweet, but it was someone called Big Papa or something who had the capacity to be touching someone, and so I was like, oh, I'm scared, I'm shaking. Even here, I'm literally scared. I'm scared of Advovo BBL, Ken Barbie, and whoever Big Papa is. I was shaking in my boots. So imagine my surprise now when I see this viral video of Ken Barbie not having that energy at all, not having the Big Papa energy that he was talking about. In that tweet, he didn't have that energy. And honestly speaking, I'm not even going to fault him for not wanting to fight, because I do feel like it's just kind of, I don't know. It's for adults to be throwing hands. I don't know, man. I just, if you're not Clarissa Shields or Layla Ali, I mean, if you're not getting paid for exchanging the feast, I don't see the point in that. Because when it comes to me, one thing about it is that I can have such a loud mouth, but in real life, I will call the popo on you. Literally, I will call the police on you, because I'm not even about to be exchanging fists with you. Do I look like a boxer? Who do you think I am? So I find it hard to crucify Queen Bobby. I find it hard to crucify Ken Barbie because I probably would have the same energy in real life. But one thing about it also is I'm not online threatening to beat up people, because I know I can't beat up anyone. But with him, he's out there threatening to do that, okay, via other people. So I'm just like, okay, if that's what you're threatening to do, let's see you do that in real life. But then the last time anyone from their camp tried anything, they left with a knot, and they lied that it was security that gave them the knot. So, I mean, I would understand him trying to protect his forehead from getting the knot that her bestie got. One person who's living for it is none other than Armon Wiggins, as expected. And I would not even fault Armon for clouding this man, because what do you mean a couple of days ago you were out there basically saying that you want me to get touched, and now it is you who's getting touched? That would be hilarious. If I was in Armon Wiggins' situation, I would clown too. So this is what Amon said. Amon said, imagine projecting negativity and the viewer towards a person, then Kama turns around and slaps your girlfriend. I guess this was here referring to Advovo BBL and all these threats that she seemingly has sent towards his way. Okay, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about the circulating Ken Barbie situation. Now, moving on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about Bongo 2, okay? It seems like Megan and Rock Nation, at this point, I'm just looking at them like, how delusional do you guys have to be? You guys remember that last week they were saying that for the first time ever, there is no hip hop song in the Billboard Hot 100. And allegedly, it's because of the change in rules whatsoever, that all the songs are getting removed from the charts. And, there was an entire discourse about that, with some people feeling like, well, it's because of the politics that heavily surrounds rap as a genre, with, of course, executives being overly involved and wanting to benefit massively more than they do, benefit from other genres that are mainly dominated by YT people. So it seems like, you guys know that Bongo 2 released that song of his, and at this point, even the number 40, I'm just like, well, the top 40 debut, I'm just like, if that's what you guys want to believe, if it makes you sleep better at night, if it makes you touch the bottle less, I guess, I'm talking about of course Bongo 2. I mean, if that makes her who are less depressed, because one thing about it, we want to make sure that Ehua doesn't get depressed in all of this. And if her making herself believe that she really did touch top 40 with that lame behind song, so be it. Anything to protect the hoo-ha of Bongo 2 getting depressed, and anything to keep her away from the bottle. So personally, I am here for it, okay? Now the narrative that they're running with is that rap is back. This is Billboard reporting, by the way. The headline reads, "Rap is back in in Hot 100 Top 40 after 2 weeks absence, thanks to Megan the Stallion." And now she commented that and she said, wow, keep running it up, Otis. And at this point, honestly, you know what? You sometimes look at things objectively and you seriously do critique things that are happening around you or like in the music industry, and then you just get to a point where the clownery becomes too much, to the point where you're just like, at this point you can have it. And this is the phase that I'm in right now, because this is just ridiculousness. And like I said, if this is a way of hair coping, I'm all here for it. The last thing that I want is someone to be continuously having issues with who had depression or anything like that. But anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about the Reese. Let's talk about Drake. It seems like Drake nowadays, when it comes to media, it's not looking good for him. Here and there, he's involved in this lawsuit. It's stake here. It's Spotify being sued, and he's being used as an example. VPNs, this, and that. One thing is clear for certain: somebody somewhere is out there pushing the buttons when it comes to media. Because even the way that Spotify story was covered by a lot of media platforms, I'm not even going to talk about the Breakfast Club, because we have known them to be clowns at this point, and it seems like Lauren LaRosa has gladly joined. And I've never seen a clown with a bob like that. Never. Do clowns wear bobs? Ah, I've never seen a clown with a bob, but it seems like we have one now at the Breakfast Club, and that's Lauren LaRosa. Okay, the way that she was out there covering the story made it seem like there was actual proof that Drake was botting, and he is also being sued together with Spotify and all of these things. And the person allegedly who's involved in this is Snoop Dogg's cousin. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, I know this mess. I know this is just the beginning. We're prepared to see more Judas Degrassi ridiculous headlines. They've always done that. The industry is known to do that, because at some point I do feel like Judas Degrassi felt like he was bigger than the program. Hey, remember the days that he was treating Nicki Minaj like trash, calling Advovo BBL the most hardworking woman in the game, and all these things were happening behind the scenes, and he was doing all of that. Okay, he was having a good time because it was his time to shine. I guess it was his time to get back at Nicki Minaj for not wanting to lay down with him. I mean, we've seen a lot of men act this way about Nicki Minaj. So I guess in that point, you felt like you had all the attention. Now it's my time to shine. I've got a new baby daddy. I've got Lucian. And if Lucian says this is the new product we are pushing, that's what I'm just going to do. He was having his time. Okay. So personally, I mean, I do hope this goes as a lesson to him, to understand that nobody is ever bigger than the program. No one is untouchable when it comes to the entertainment industry. And what you're applauding them doing to one person today, before you realize it, it's your own story now. It's literally the same story that is unfolding in your own life. And I do hope that Judas Degrassi does learn his lesson, because he was out there acting like his time would never come. And I guess this is also the reason why Advovo BBO tries to keep the beef with Nicki Minaj alive, because if that beef goes away, then her time might come sooner than expected. If there's another person that they may start feeling like is able to take out Nicki Minaj, she becomes irrelevant. And if she becomes irrelevant with her reckless behind mouth and antics, it's easy for them to start putting these headlines on her. Like, the one person that would be so easy to deal with from an industry executive's perspective is not none other than Advovo. That would be their easiest, because they wouldn't even have to do anything. All they would do is just to watch her and publish everything else that she's doing. They wouldn't have to do anything. They wouldn't have to lift a finger. All they would need to do is to stop suppressing things that showcase who she is at the core as a woman. I mean, remember that entire Ice Spice code that disappeared? The industry would just stop making those things disappear. That's just how they would do. She's so slow to the point where she self destructs. The only reason why she's out there thriving is because they still are out there covering for her. Once they stop doing that, it's a done deal. And seeing everything that has been going on with Drake, I can see why she continues to try and see her relevance, because she's like, listen, you don't like this woman. Nicki Minaj is out there speaking up for herself and you don't like that. So I will continue being her up until you find a replacement that may be able to stand as an op to her. In the meantime, let me continue that alive, because that's her claim to fame and that's her only source of relevance in today's world, because nobody's checking for a fourth baby mama of an athlete that impregnated women in the same time space. Nobody is checking for that. And yeah, I mean, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about everything that's going on in as far as Drake is concerned. Do you guys think that, well, seeing everything that's going on may be the reason why Advovo BBL tries to align herself with everyone that does seem to have an issue with Nicki Minaj? Because some of you would wonder why she was all of a sudden running to Rock Nation, running to link with Jay-Z, running to do all of these things. It's sad. It's really sad at the end of the day when you look at it. She literally, if Nicki is facing east, she positions herself in the east. If Nicki is facing south, off she's going, running to the south. And it's pathetic. At some point, it has to be pathetic. If everything that you're doing is just a big one PR stunt. The whole Stephon Diggs thing, that was sad. That was really sad. And no matter how much you guys try to glamorize it, that's just you. But anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about everything that we've spoken about. That being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time that I post. Until my next one, see you.